Black Adam is the ruler of Kahndaq. What if Darkseid finally found a way to kill him? This is the Comicstorian channel, where I take some of your favorite trade paperbacks and single issues. I break them down, bringing you an audio drama. The purpose of this is so that you know what's going on in the world of comics and can make your decisions yourself. Go out and buy them, add them to your collection, or create your own collection of artwork. Today we're going to be covering Black Adam 2022, issues 1 through 3. Brand new storyline featuring Black Adam that's supposed to be taking place before Dark Crisis, maybe after Dark Crisis, I don't fully know. But here we go, the new Black Adam storyline. Teth Adam leans back in his chair, barely listening to the Senate hearing that is speaking to him. Mr. Adam, the Senate finally says, trying to get his attention, but Black Adam doesn't even open up his eyes. Lord Theo Ramsey Joseph Teth Adam, but Lord Theo will do. Black Adam tells him, and the senator asks if they're boring him. In every conceivable way, Black Adam tells them, his mind flashing back to the fight that he had before the hearing. As Black Adam, he stands up, facing his foe, his uniform tattered as magical lightning is crackling off of him. I must admire you. I've always wanted to learn your ways, to evolve your theology. Yes, Dark Lord, even an immortal can grow. Allow me to demonstrate. Black Adam snarls, but Omega beams lash out, with Black Adam leaping into the air and the beams chasing him. He whirls through the air, flying back to the beam source, punching Darkseid in the chest as he calls upon his magical word. Darkseid roars in pain as a hole appears there. Black Adam stands, his hand a smoking ruin, and he transforms once again, rushing towards and punching Darkseid in the face, hitting the new god over and over again. As Darkseid falls, anger fills Black Adam's eyes as he whirls to see Darkseid running. But Black Adam is on him in a blink of an eye, holding Darkseid by the neck. I have lived 1,000 years, and that is not Darkseid. Darkseid could never have fallen so easily. He growls in the torturer's ear, which makes him one of your illusions. Tell me or die. Where does your craven master hide? After the Senate hearing, Teth Adam finally stands. He has grown bored of the US and he leans on his cane heading for the door, questioning why the country would even worry about Kahndaq, pointing out that everything that his country does is for Egypt. Should be embarrassed for dragging me down here like this, he says, ignoring their shouts for him to sit down, and with that, Teth Adam leaves the Senate heading out into the rainy day. Elsewhere in the city, the State Department agent Shep has arrived at the scene of a murder, where he corrects the police when they misidentify the man who lays in the rain. A bullet through his hand, and he reaches for his phone, putting a call through to Teth Adam, who now rides the metro. Shakur Nassar is dead, Shep whispers through the phone, explaining to Teth that the world is going to assume that he is the one who murdered his chief political rival. The man was trying to bring democracy to Kahndaq. Anger flashes through Teth's eyes as he questions why Shakur was even in Washington, and Shep isn't sure. But he has pulled up the GPS information from the man's phone and knows who he went to see. A short time later, Teth Adam steps through the doors of the hospital where Malik White works as a med student. The highly talkative young man is busy working on patching up a white supremacist, and Adam interrupts him as he introduces himself. I am Theo Teth Adam, Lord of Kahndaq. Malik doesn't even look up from his work, telling Adam that he has to wait outside. I see. Is it my turn now? Adam says, stepping forward, grabbing the supremacist by the throat, beginning to choke the life out of him. Malik doesn't look impressed, but merely asks to see Adam's hand. It's a bad burn. I can smell it. Adam ignores him, presenting his own questions. Why did Shakur Nassar come to see you? He demands, but Malik doesn't know who he is, still demanding to look at Teth Adam's arm. Adam stares at him for a moment, weighing his words. That won't be necessary, however, if I find that you are lying, that you have met with Nassar. With this threat given, he turns to leave. Malik follows Adam out of the room, two police officers having now entered the floor, and Malik shouts for them to arrest Teth Adam. The police ignore him, putting him in cuffs for suspicion in the murder of Shakur Nassar. Adam, meanwhile, heads out into the rain, meeting with Shep in a nearby alleyway, reporting that if Malik is lying about his involvement with Nassar, then he is very good at it. Theo, your arm, Shep says, and Adam waves him away, explaining that it is a wound from his battle. It's dying. Some kind of necrosis, Shep says. Easily fixed. Adam tells him, speaking the magical word of Shazam, lightning crackling through the sky. And as Black Adam appears in Teth Adam's place, the wound has spread over his body and he screams in pain. Later, Malik has finally been released from the police, after they have no evidence to actually charge him with. He walks down the street with his friend Jasmine, telling her how it wasn't right for the police to detain him at all, that it'll look bad for him at the hospital, and how it could end his career. She keeps walking, trying to calm him down, but she doesn't realize that a van has pulled up behind them. A man jumps out, grabbing Malik, throwing him into the back of the van, but a bright light fills the young man's eyes, and he is suddenly falling onto the palace floor of Kahndaq. He gets to his feet, realizing that he is now surrounded by people. Welcome to Kahndaq, master, someone says, but Malik is still confused, with Shep stepping out of the crowd. We now know why Nassar was looking for you, he tells Malik after showing him his badge. Nassar wanted a revolution here in Kahndaq, wanted you to lead it, he explains, and Malik shakes his head as he gets to his feet. Yeah, that has nothing to do with me, he says, and a voice calls out to him. It does now, Black Adam says, stepping forward, the disease having spread across his body as he leans on a cane. I am dying, and you, Malik Adam, are my descendant. Thus the power of Black Adam I bequeath to you. But it was before that Tet went to see Chuck, a member of the CIA within the city. They talked briefly about a group of gun runners in the desert and how she believed that Tet should allow democracy to spread in Kahndaq, that it would lead to a more stable country. Stable? Is that what you call America? He asks her, but the conversation is interrupted as Tet looks up, seeing his long-dead nephew standing before him, the young boy's eyes glowing with the power of Shazam. The power? Why could you not share it? The boy asks. Tet moves away from Chuck, pushing through the crowd to follow his nephew. Amon is dead, which makes this a very dangerous game for you, boy. But that boy isn't listening, leaping into the air to fly away. I murdered you nearly 5,000 years ago. Shazam! He leaps into the sky after his nephew, chasing Amon, and while the boy taunts him, he points out that with the wisdom of the gods, Black Adam knows that he's being led into a trap. Amon once used the wizard's power to bring Black Adam back to life, sharing the power with him as it was supposed to be, but Black Adam killed him. The pair reached the darkness of space with the boy using his magic to warp through light speed. The Great Wizard chose me and I chose you, much to my eternal shame. Amon calls before he disappears, and Black Adam bellows in rage, using his power to follow after the boy. He appears over a long-forgotten moon. Where are you? He bellows in rage. The Omega beams lash out, knocking Black Adam out of the sky. Here, Darkseid growls as the battle begins. But in the palace of Kahndaq, Shep has explained to Malik everything about Black Adam. Then the young man is led into the ruler's chambers where he's laying on a bed, dying. His priests stand over him, giving him tea and healing smoke. Malik doesn't understand, calling for Black Adam's doctors, asking them about his medical information and his tests. The doctor explains that nothing has been done for the ruler. Why would one examine a prophet? The doctor asks, but Black Adam pushes his priests away, sitting up and looking at Malik. You are to succeed me, inherit my power, defend Kahndaq, your ancestral homeland. But Malik explains that he doesn't want any of Black Adam's power, continuing to insist that they allow the doctors to look at him. Take my ring and say the word, Black Adam says, but Malik still refuses, making jokes, not understanding the situation. Doctor, if you will. The man nods, pulling a gun from underneath his coat, turning and firing a round into Malik's chest. The young man looks down in shock, falling to his knees as blood begins to leak out of him. Take the ring and say the word, the doctor tells him as the priest holds the young man up. You're all crazy, Malik gasps, reaching out, taking the ring on his finger. Shep leans in, whispering the magic word to the young man. Shazam! Malik whispers, and magical lightning fills the room, and he stands there now clad in a supersuit. Behold my successor, my redeemer, Black Adam coughs. From this day forward now begins the new legacy of the White Adam, he says. Malik is shocked, staring down at his healed body as Black Adam struggles to his feet. You will redeem my legacy. You must, because there is no redemption for Black Adam. The group then begins to chant White Adam as Black Adam falls back onto the bed. Malik stopping them, pointing to Black Adam. The guy is dying. You gave me his ring and left me in charge, right? Well then, he turns back to Shep. The doors to the hospital elevator open up and Malik and Shep wheel Black Adam out as Malik is calling for help, detailing exactly what he believes is wrong with the ruler. As the med student is pushed out of the emergency room, he has no choice but to wait outside with Shep. And as the pair sit and drink coffee, Malik points out how crazy and backwards Black Adam's doctor seemed. But Shep shakes his head, explaining that the Kondoks see Black Adam as a god, that they would never put a hospital in the palace because it would be a sign of weakness. You're the heir, Malik. You can change him. He wants to change, Shep tells him. Malik drinks his coffee, pointing out that he doesn't even know the guy. But that doesn't matter as the doctor comes in, interrupting their conversation. My condolences, Tet Adam. The Shah of Kondok is dead. Back at the fight between Darkseid and Black Adam. Black Adam grabbed Darkseid by the neck, demanding to know where Darkseid was. But the torturer twists in his grasp, grabbing a hold of Black Adam's blackened arm. Pain seared through Black Adam's body, bringing him to his knees. Now, my dead wizard. Surely you will not lure you into the deep of space merely to cast silly illusions. That is not who we are. We are Arcade. We are that which our heart desires, which our very spirit longs for. But the moon begins to waver and Black Adam is on the floor of the palace. I am in love. How I have longed for you, Darkseid says, leaning close. But his image begins to shift and morph, and Black Adam's eyes widen as Darkseid becomes a beautiful woman and leans forward, kissing him. I long to make you my own. My Ishtar, she says. But back in the hospital, Shep and Malik stand over the body of Tet Adam. The ruler of Kondok has already begun to degrade, his magic no longer keeping his body new. But Malik isn't ready to let him go, and he begins to work, believing that they might be able to save the former ruler, that the magic is still trapped within his body. Shep tries to stop him, telling him that even though Tet was his friend, he was also one of the greatest evils on the planet, that he has murdered thousands. But Malik refuses to let the man die, grabbing a hold of the defibrillator paddles, pushing them against Tet Adam's chest. Shazam! He yells, magical lightning ripping through the room. Black Adam plunges into the icy depths of the ocean, screaming, finally pushing out onto the shores of Kondok. But the city lies in ruins before him. Whirling at a surprise at a voice, he sees the beautiful woman that kissed him. But back in the world of the living, the doctors are shocked. Black Adam is alive once more. The machine's beeping away to show his heartbeat. Malik continues to work, believing that something natural is actually killing Black Adam. But in the underworld, Black Adam looks at the beautiful woman. Ishtar of Akkad? He questions and the woman laughs. Don't be ridiculous. I am a Reskigil, much sexier than my idiot twin. She motions to the destroyed world around them, telling him that even though that he doesn't believe in the Akide gods, it doesn't matter. That they were born of mortal superstition. For example, the Bull of Heaven, she says with a laugh, and the golden beast lunges out of the shadows behind Black Adam, slamming into him, knocking him away. She laughs as the beast knocks him through the ruins of Kondok, telling him that he should run. Never. Black Adam snaps to the god, but another being is suddenly there, slamming into the bull, knocking it aside. Don't interfere! I can fight my own battles! Black Adam shouts at the Golden Warrior. If that were true, you wouldn't be here! The warrior snaps. Speak your name, foul spirit! The warrior slams its fist into Adam, knocking him to the ground. I am no demon, you idiot! I am the thorn on the god's side, Sargon of the Akkad! He shouts, and Sargon leaps into the air, locking into the battle with the Bull of Heaven. Are you now? Black Adam asks as he stands, and within moments the bull is defeated. Very well, Sargon, what do you want? Black Adam asks, but Sargon whirls on him, punching him hard across the face, knocking him away. Back in the real world, Malik stares at his charts in surprise. He tested the ruler's tea, believing that it may have been poisoned, but all of his tests came back negative. What's killing you? He asks quietly to the unconscious body of Black Adam. But back in the afterlife, Black Adam is continuing to battle Sargon, as the Golden Warrior continues to taunt him. What if none of this is real? What if this is all the simple work of oxygen deprivation? Sargon asks as he throws Black Adam to the ground again, asking what Black Adam would do if the gods were merely microbacteria in his blood, causing him to hallucinate. That his mind has created everything that he sees, that there is no redemption for him. Black Adam blocks another blow, grabbing the Sargon by the throat. Enough! He bellows, I want nothing from your gods, nothing from you. An immortal welcomes death, craves it! He throws Sargon to the ruins of Kahndaq. And in the real world, Malik continues to work, getting it in his mind that maybe it was the ruler's teacup that was poisoned. Shep gets his attention, though, as Malik gets excited. Your feet, you might want them on the floor, he says, pointing down, and Malik stares in shock as lightning is cracking around him and he floats off the floor. The magic. It's real, he suddenly says, rushing out of the room quickly. But back in the afterlife, Black Adam has fallen again and he struggles to his feet. Yes, hell is Kahndaq. Welcome to the Ghost of Christmas future, Sargon jokes, screaming in pain as the bull of heaven rears up behind him, stabbing him through the chest with its horn. Black Adam rushes forward. No, you can't die, he shouts, but the Sargon is already dead. In an anger, Black Adam pulls away the Golden Warrior's mask, and his eyes widen in shock as he stares down at the aged face of Malik. Beeping suddenly fills the world around him, and he whirls around in shock as hell is filled with white light. His eyes flash open as he sits up in the hospital bed, alive once more. Now, this is the beginning of a Black Adam storyline, going for about 12 issues. Issue 5 just came out, so we're kind of starting it a little bit early, but hey, is a movie out. If you want us to continue this series, give this video a like, hit that subscription button, and give us a comment down below what you think about this story for Black Adam. Because I'm actually really enjoying it, and I'd like to bring you guys the next chapter, but it's gonna be based on how well you enjoy this video. And don't forget, if you want early access, go check us out over at Patreon and YouTube memberships. There you get early access to all of our videos as they're completed instead of waiting for them to get released on the channel. Thank you guys so much for your continued support, and I'll see you next time right here.